My name is Daddy, so I do builds and stuff. No, I'm only joking. My name is Duddy, so I do builds and stuff. Today I've got a build all around suspension, and we're going to be pairing it with a beautiful forgotten hand cannon called the Crimson. Hand cannon's got a buff. I've been using Crimson on and off for the last couple of days and it feels really nice. So the purpose of this video is to show you how well this works with suspension builds. Weaver's Trance on a Warlock. Stay tuned, look at this beautiful health regen, absolutely awesome, and like I said, the hand cannon does feel really nice, so stay tuned, I'm going to break it all down. We're on a Strand Warlock, and the one exotic that works really nice for Crimson is Swarmers. Destroying a tangle spawns a Threadling. Your Threadlings unravel targets that they damage, so you're going to get loads and loads of green schmuck flying everywhere, like so. This is what the Swarmers do. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Swarmers, because there's been literally hundreds of videos on these, but get a tangle, either throw it or shoot it, and you're going to spawn Threadlings. Then Threadlings go on then to unravel targets, so you get loads and loads of juicy unraveling rounds flying everywhere. Really top tier exotics for Strand Warlocks. You can pick that tangle up or throw it, whatever you want, and that's going to create the little Threadlings. The Wanderer is a perfect aspect to pair with this because tangles that you'll throw attach to targets and detonate into a suspending burst. Destroying a tangle creates a suspending burst after a short delay. Threadling final blows create a tangle. That is obviously really good for Swarmers, but this did actually get changed at the beginning of the season. You don't have to always pick this up like so. You can actually shoot it, and it has the same effect. It'll do like a little detonation, and then everything around there, that little target, will get suspended. So it's a really good aspect to run. It did get buffed and changed at the beginning of the season. Like I said, you can either shoot it or throw it, and it will create that suspending burst. So the Wanderer, pick it up, throw it, shoot it, create a suspending burst. That obviously works well with all primary or any other weapon, to be honest, because when they're suspended, you can do what you want with them. You can just destroy them like so. Now the other aspect turns you into even more of a suspension king with mindspun invocation, especially if we hold our shackle grenade. When we consume our shackle grenade, it's going to enter Weaver's Trance. Final blows while Weaver's Trance is active create a suspending detonation, and that also creates tangles, killing suspended targets as well, which obviously works really nice again with the Swarmers. So the two aspects I use are all based around suspension. Like so, just get a kill and it's going to create a suspending burst from the Weaver's Trance, or like we've just seen, or from the other aspect, the Wanderer. Both of them, like I said, again, probably go into it too much straight over, but built in suspension. This leads me on to the Crimson in a moment, but I just wanted to show you like how easy and how great suspension still actually is. Suspension only lasts for 4 seconds, but that is pretty good still, in my opinion. So that is going to lead us on to the other exotic of choice, which is going to be the Crimson. The Crimson, it is an exotic hand cannon. It's a 415 rounds per minute. It fires a 3 burst round. It's got the Cruel Remedy perk on there. Kills with this weapon to heal the wielder. Precision kills also refill the magazine. So it's a really nice exotic hand cannon. Like I said, they did get buffed at the beginning of the season as well. It's also got the Crimson Catalyst on there. That enhances the range. But this is what the Crimson can do. You see there, nice lovely health regen just by getting a couple of kills, or even like 1 kill is going to instantly reload the magazine and give you nice big chunks of healing. I've got some more examples of this healing kicking in and why this works so nice with the aspects that we mentioned. Anything that you kill is going to heal you, and then it's going to suspend things around that target as well, like so in this clip here. Nice big chunk of health regen back. Them two are suspended around the target. You can just take advantage of the suspension parts of the aspects as well, plus the healing from the hand cannon and the actual hand cannon. Just to mention, it does feel really strong. So now I'm just going to quickly go over my fragments. I've also got a lot more gameplay to show you. Thread of continuity, suspend, unravel and sever effects applied to you over an increased duration. This one's a must have. Thread of generation, dealing damage, generates grenade energy. We're going to get our shackle grenade back quicker. Thread of wisdom, defeating suspended targets creates an orb of power. And then thread of evolution, Threadlings travel further and deal additional damage. It's a must have with Swarmer builds, that one as well. There is a couple more fragments you could maybe swap out, but I found these ones are the best. But just look at this, total domination. You've got that many of these tangles flying about, all them little threadlings doing extra damage for you, suspension going on, and you've got healing from your hand cannon. And I just want to say, it feels really nice against overloads as well, this hand cannon. It does sort of pin them down very, very nicely. Elemental munitions is another really good one to run on the seasonal artifact. Combatant final blows with tangles or elemental orbs have a chance to drop heavy or special. Rapid fire ranger, rapid precision hits against distant combatants, weaken them for a short duration. So them two, you're going to have loads of special, loads of heavy, and we're going to be able to debuff the targets as well with rapid fire ranger, like so. So it's really, really nice, and Crimson does have quite a lot of range for a hand cannon, and it's really easy to proc the rapid fire ranger because it's a free burst weapon, so it's super nice. Thread of Wisdom, I just want to focus on this one a little bit. Defeating suspended targets creates an orb of power. So, as you've seen, and I've mentioned loads of times already, the build is all about suspension. So, when things are suspended, you are going to create so many orbs on this build, which is going to allow us to like stack our armor charges and like kinetic weapon searches and our legs with the amount of orbs we can create with that fragment. It is so good. Loads and loads of orbs left, right, and center. And with the amount of orbs that we're creating, like I said, stack them to your kinetic surges, or we could even use things like Better Already, Recuperation for even more healing on the build. It's up to you. I've gone with kinetic weapon surges, which we'll go through at the end. But I did all this in 1840 Lost Sectors. I haven't had a chance to run it in a GM yet. I don't think the GM to this week will be suited to this hand cannon, just because a lot of the stuff are at a very, very long range. But future ones I will definitely be using it. But we'll just go on to my mods now. Like I said, on my legs, I like to run 3 kinetic weapon surges. You're going to have loads of orbs, so you're going to have consistently 22% extra damage going all the time with them. On my bond, I like to run a time dilation to make the armor charge last longer, and then repair. Every time you use your class ability, your next weapon kill will spawn an orb. Like I said, orbs everywhere with this build. Concussive dampener on my chest piece, and then I always match whatever the activity is, whether it's double arc, 1 void, 1 solar, 2 solar, whatever it is, whatever the activity requires. On my arms, I like to run kinetic loader, increase the reload speed of kinetic weapons. This makes Crimson feel even better. Really, really good. I'd recommend that one. Impact induction, causing damage with a melee attack, also reduces your grenade cooldown. On my helmet, kinetic siphon, obviously for even more orbs. And I also like to run a strand weapon, a strand weapon siphon as well, because I run strand heavy weapons. And then a special ammo finder or a heavy ammo finder, whichever one you choose, whichever one you want to get into. Now, obviously, with this build, things like Quicksilver Storm's really good, but another couple of weapons I just want to show you before we finish up is Nechrochasm and Swarmers. Feels oddly very, very nice. It's like a weird combo that feels really nice. Yeah, explosions everywhere, tangles everywhere, unraveling realms left, right, and center. Another one that works really nicely with this one, if you've got one lying about, again, it's only an option, is Tessellation. If you've got a Tessellation lying about, this works really nicely because it has got inbuilt Demolitionist in there, but it's a bit better than Demolitionist, and you can hold and charge that grenade to do some absolutely massive burst damage with that fusion rifle. It does so much damage, and hitting a Tessellation shot, suspending everything, it does feel super nice. But that is the video. I'm going to leave everything playing out at the end, like so. I hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.